Honestly, I wait. Even my place. My place.
I want you.
I think there we go. I think we got a stream now. I think we got some
I want
playback.
you.
Great stuff. There we go. So we're live. We are live. We are live. Okay, let's go live on TikTok. Fuck it.
Valentina, baby, I only need one moment of time
Okay,
to make you feel away from the first time I looked in your eyes. I know that I would find a way to make you mine. I know it's late, and I know you got a man. Please understand, baby, he won't love you like I do. Give me a break. I know that you want me to. Loyal is cool. I understand. I respect it. Valentina, baby, I only
okay, let's have a look. I really want to see. Viewers may not hear your voice. Try lowering the background music. Get fair. I looked in my eyes. Hey. Wagwan people who are joining. Look at all you people joining. There's a lot of people. See ya, Letu. What's up? Latu, how you doing? How we doing? Bob is Billy. You're a constant. You are a constant. You're home. You're home. Nice. You're talking about me, eh? I'm your home. Aren't ya? I'm your home. Now, what's the audio like? Are we good? Are we good? Straightforward, eh? Easy ones. Tino music. Just gonna observe the, cause you know the scrolly thing. I wanna take a look at that. I wanna see what it looks like. Have you heard any of the music from the New Zealand band Island Vibes? Yes, I have actually. Haven't I? Haven't I? Island Vibes. Is it what's it called? Yeah, Island Vibes. Island Vibes. Let's have a look. Yes, I have. Ah, let's go. It reminds you of my my family playing it. We here, fam? Hey, Theo in the chat. Nice. Oh, it's cute. It's too good. I'm gonna cry, guys. Gee, where's my data? My internet's not interneting today. look at that. It's trash. My placement is trash. Hold on. Let's have a look. No. The new one. Oh, this one. I won't understand the lyrics, but let's just listen to it anyway. Don't try and sneak that in there without me noticing. Don't ever try and sneak that in. Okay, where is it? So this placement is trash. How about here? Yeah, let's make it like a splitter. Happy Samoan Language Week. Oh, beautiful. See if I can do it. Oh, that's beautiful. I listened to Umu a few weeks ago. Anyway. Yeah, it is a track A, I know. Oh my days. Anyway, what are we doing? Let's go back to my radio I was playing. Makes you want to cry tears, yeah. Look, if I had emotions, I would cry as well, man. If I wasn't dead inside, yeah, I would also cry.
I wanna keep you, but you think you're wasting time. You're gonna miss me when I won't be there tonight. I trust in your decision. I know you can do what's right.
Yeah, you too, man. Nice seeing you here.
Yeah, I know I could be a dog. I didn't return your call, so I come in, you putting up with me. You and I been through it all. Girl, you paid the cost, so why'd you choose right now to believe? Don't try to forgive me.
I think, hold on, look. I might see you available, eh? Hold up. Hey, Software Siren, how are you doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing very well, actually. Thank you for asking. Just been very, very busy. Turn this down a bit. Background music is backgrounding. Let it chill there. I kind of want to add chat to the mix. But I think in order to do that, some pipelines on AWS. Cool. Oh, you're debugging some pipelines, eh? Nice. That old classic one. Debugging some good old pipelines. Where is that chat? Properties. Let's have a look at where this chat goes. Where do you goes? Basically Terraform. Oh, cool. That's fun. I think we should just go local. Actually, let's bring up. Where's the chat? Set up chat. Where do we put this? So we have this. Oh yeah, we commented it out.
I want you. Any job.
DevOps never on the money. If like, oh, what do you mean? Like you're debugging someone else's DevOps setup? Oh shit, we have self-destruct mode in here. Let's comment this out for now. We'll do that setup chat now. Oh, first we'll just set up. Boom. So that and then localhost set up chat. Bam. So then now we can go. Boom. I hate the scroll bar. You know. Here's the solution.
I'll spend my life led with my is the shelf gone then
get shouts to that, but I don't care. Nice. Yeah, I don't care either. I've stopped caring. Kia ora tāwera. There's a lot going on in the screen, eh? I guess I don't care. I guess I didn't ask and didn't care about it. Scroller. Even the scroller's here. So we don't actually need this chat here then. We'll just have this here. Look at that. Cool, look at that. I got my chat on there now. And this is multiple sources too. Fucking cool as. How are we going? How we going? Yeah, interesting. Interesting moves, man. You know, I got some people sliding into the DMs, right, and asking me about what did I ask you? Oh, I was asking so you're like, why are DevOps never on the money? Are you asking me like, why are DevOps people, why do they suck at setting up their Terraform shit and their pipelines? Like, that's what I'm asking you. If you're like roasting the DevOps people, that right, why do they suck? Yeah, right, okay. And then you're debugging that as a what? Are you also a DevOps engineer? Okay. Right. I hate this little scrolly bar thing. I know what. The thing is, because if I put it underneath, right? If you're on vertical mode, if I put it underneath, or like right here, what does it look like on screen? You can't see it really. Oh, no, you can. No, you can. No way. No way. So if I put it up a bit, right? Are we cooking? And this too. Me too, eh? I'm a full stack dev. I work on this huge data processing platform, but we don't have a DevOps. So the DevOps we had was a contract. Oh, that's your problem. It's actually a resourcing issue. Yeah? Yeah? That's the real problem there. Because why would you get a contractor to come in and they're not even like, you know, there's no intimate relationship there with the actual product. So they're just going to be like, yep, contracty, here you go, chuck this in. I learned this the other day, use this instead. And then they fuck off, right? And they're like, see, I got another contract on. And they go, hey, software siren, take over from here. I know you're a full stack dev and you're not a DevOps person, but good luck to you. You said full stack, didn't you? Guess what? DevOps is part of the stack. So they just like threw a grenade over the fence and said, yo, bye. See you later. And they don't see you later, right? So where's the issue? I don't think it's the contractor's problem. I think, why did you get a contractor in the first place? And on top of that, why wasn't everything documented? Where's your documentation? A learning opportunity. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess you're going to continue to get learning opportunities down the line. Yeah. When you discover things aren't done properly or things are half-assed. Ah, well. Ah, well. Oh. Docs is not part of the statement of work. Interesting. I feel like that's like a non-negotiable, like implicit even. Yeah, nah. Couldn't be me. See. Yeah, true. Pika Poka. I'm Dev too. You sure are. Let's scooch that in a bit more. Oh no, too much. Too much. Shadow. Nice. Okay, so that's there. Do you work as a contractor? Sometimes. Depends on what I'm doing. Right now, so I've quit my job recently. To pursue my own stuff. And yeah. So yeah, I'm doing some contract work, some part-time work, and then, you know, I've got a few more weeks left on a job that I'm working, right? Yeah. So once I've done that, then I will be fully on myself, out on my own. Ooh, scary. Cool. What are you working on? Your own stuff. Okay, funny that you ask. Here's my first project that I'm working on. This is called Rex. Welcome to Rex. Thanks, I am really cool. This is cool. I'd use that. Yeah. So you say you use this, right? So you should go to getrex.co.nz and download my app. Come on. I got no job, so tell your friends, and your family. And also, I'll be releasing the iOS app shortly. Because I'm also a full stack dev. I do iOS, I do Android, I do back-end systems, I do web development, You want a demo? Sure. Let's do a demo live, eh? Should we do a live demo right now? Oh, I need to plug in my stuff. Let's see if I can do it wirelessly. Wi-Fi's a bit shoddy in here. You know what? Let's bring up Android Studio. Android Studio to the world. It's actually pretty cool what I've built. Let's go grab the rest of that. Oh yeah, we already have it. It looks really cool. Yeah, look at this. Check this out. Actually, it's right there. Look at this. Look, this is my app, Q-Day. So it's a Rex, and the idea is to, you have recipes. Alt-Z, I've been developing I've been coding since I was 14, but I've been professional in the field for like 13 years. Software Siren, hey, you can become my competitor. How old are you now? I'm 32 years old. Damn, he's dying. Guys, he's dead. Software Siren, go make your own app. Make your own recipe app and become my competitor, man. Who did? Me, because I'm old now. But look at my achievement, guys. Can you see that? Can you see that? I got 500 downloads. It's only been out for a few weeks. Anyway, so well, I'm 35, so I'm deader than you. Oh no. Yeah, so so the idea, right, is obviously you have your TikTok videos that are recipes on it. I actually have a recorded demo here, but I'm not really a fan of it. It is, hey? Yeah, Musto, that's exactly why I bought it, why I built this thing. Guys, if you switch your screen to landscape mode, you'll see the demo I'm playing. You're a cyber analysis, nice. Love that. See, can you see that? Can you see that? So what it's doing, right, is it's fetching the recipe and it's building the actual ingredients out and the steps. So disclaimer, right? There are apps that do similar things, right? But they're what is it? The way they grab the stuff is not nice. Won't let me rotate. Oh, sad. Let me put it in the front then. Hold up. Here we go. Can you see this? Can you see that now? I'll play it again. So that's the app. So you just press the button and then it goes up. Look at that. And so it's fetching all the rest. So this is like an old demo of it. It's quite old. Yeah, so that's another little project I'm working on. So this one here, right? So it grabs all the instructions and the ingredients, and then it structures it in a way that you can actually, use while you're cooking. That's essentially it, right? But there's a few things that I do that's a bit different, right, than a lot of these other apps, which is the back-end system. And here's the thing, okay? The back-end system, does TikTok let you stream through OBS APIs for pulling chat messages too? Kyle, no. I'm using a library, right, developed by some people. It's an open source project, which is just a TypeScript library to connect via WebSockets, right? Via sockets to any live stream, and the data will end up there, yeah. And I'm just pulling that through a proxy, and then surfacing that data into OBS, because I got this project. It's actually called Nebula, which is the thing that I'm working on here. Let me just fix the view, which is this thing here. So Nebula, right? And Nebula is like it's a piece of software I wrote, which is what is it? So there are certain like things, right, that you do as a streamer, like a software developer streamer, i.e. reading chat and pushing that through on screen, which is what you can see there. That's just the browser source. If you have a look at the actual thing, all it's doing is this. Hold on. All this chat is really doing is pointing to a local host chat thing, right? Let me take a look. Yeah, so Dr. Anarchy in the chat. Let's go. Can you see this? That's all it's doing. Oh, you can't really see that in here. This is the browser, right? The browser, that's all it's doing, and I'm shoving that URL into this little box here, into the chat box, which is kind of making it, look like it's all integrated, and it is all integrated. But yeah, which is why I'm also passing it through the chat in the terminal, right? I managed to get going a lot live on TikTok using my Mac, using OBS. But why is it so hard? I know it's so hard, eh? So Nebula is something that fixes all of that, right? So yeah, that's why I built it. I can't wait to try this out, bro. Please. Also, that chat box is just another display showing as an overlay in OBS. Correct. So it's just a browser source overlay in OBS, right? And so that browser source is connecting to Nebula, which is displaying anything there. And mind you, there's another feature here, and I think some streamers are gonna like this, but I just built it for me, right? And what it is hey prod, is AI designed overlays, right? For example, instead of building everything from scratch, because right now I've like coded the stuff, and you can actually see here, if you're looking at it on landscape, you can see like I have a browser folder, and it has some HTML, some basic HTML. The most basic, the better, because these overlays up here, they're just tiny little browsers rendering HTML, right? That's all they are. These are just rendering HTML, and so making it as lightweight as possible. And the reason why it looks real time, right? Because like you see the things are updating, like the messages are updating. It is kind of real time, because it's actually subscribed to a socket IO connection in Nebula running locally on my machine, right? So here's the flow. TikTok creates an event, right? Sorry, you create an event by sending a message that goes to TikTok servers. Whoever's listening to that gets updated too, and that is Nebula. Nebula gets updated, and at the same time, this little browser thing up there, this browser source, is also listening to Nebula. It has no idea about TikTok. It's listening for messages from Nebula, right? Which is why you're able to. This is a combination of TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch comments, right? I wonder if I can prove that. If we jump on the YouTube stream, let's jump on the YouTube stream. I think if I can go to the YouTube studio, oh, there it is. It's right there. It's right there. So if I jump in here, right, and I go, hello from, oh wait, hello from, oh, Barber's Willie's already done that. Hello from YouTube. Hello from YouTube. So then this is also listening. Can you see that? Did you see that though? Because it's listening live, you can see that my YouTube stuff is coming through too. And this is data that I control, right? What's up, Calvin? How you doing? Events created are actioned. Yes. So yeah, so you can see that YouTube is even coming through. Just finished. Oh, nice. How long are we going for? And so this terminal is also just listening as well, right? So it's commenting this. Well, a couple of hours, didn't want to stay on too long. Lol, all good. So you're channeling the chats from different platforms into Nebula. Absolutely. And I'll show you the code for it, man. Here it is right here. So here's, I've created a TikTok connect to a specific, this can be anyone's stream, by the way, but yeah, so right now it's just my stream. So I'm connected to that, and this is what's actually being emitted here, io.emit, right? This is saying, send it to whoever's listening. And same for Twitch, and same for YouTube. What are you building? I was just telling set up chat. Yeah. This architecture is less. This architecture is less. There's not much architecture here. This kind of project isn't really like a, you know, this is like a side thing, right? This is like for when I have time to stream. So best practices is kind of, I mean, 100% best practices are kind of going out the window for this project, you know? But it is what it is. So essentially, that's that, right? But then this can, like, we can ramp this up to be able to do anything really, right? What's this code base? Oh, this is a project I was working on called Nebula. I've parked a domain for it. Nebula. This is one of my projects that I'm working on. NebulaLive.app. Look how beautiful this landing page is. I stole this from some code pen. It's just 3JS. Look at that. So this is 3JS, right? And I'm just controlling the movement here. Beautiful, eh? And the reason why it's like this is because I really, really like space. Like, I love space. So yeah, that's one project I'm working on. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, it is really neat, eh? So yeah, I just put that in there to just as like a parking the domain, you know, while I do stuff. But eventually, I do want to formalize a lot of this stuff because I've solved a lot of problems for myself, i.e., multi-chat, multi-stream, and obviously there are products that exist kind of out there, but you're kind of taking from random pieces of software. You know, you're like, I want the thing from here, I want overlays from here, I want, you know, like Streamlabs, for example, right? You go, I want multi-stream from here, right? And you just like plug and playing all of these little different pieces of software where, I mean, I'm a programmer, right? I may as well build something myself and have everything controlled, you know? And have everything in one place. For example, it took me, it was quite quick for me to get started up in this run, right? In this stream. And like little nice little things like that. Like you see the Spotify, you know, this is the current thing and it's logged into my Spotify account so it knows the data. And because I'm logged in and I've created an app in Spotify, I'm authed with OAuth to perform basically anything the Spotify player can do, i.e. next song, you know, that type of stuff, which is pretty cool. And it's not going to stop there. And for example, I'll show you some other cool stuff. Look at this. A few streams ago, we did some stuff here. We did some light bulb manipulation, right? Because basically it's like anything. We can do whatever we want. This is raw code. We're going in raw. That's crazy. Guys, because we're going in raw, okay? And so because of that, we can integrate with anything you damn well please. Shout out to anything you want. Dr. Anarchy, that's amazing, bro. Yes. So yeah, that's project 1. This is a lower priority project. This is just what I show stream, you know, if I'm like screwing around with you know, my setup. People like to ask and go like, what is that? Like, how'd you do that? And stuff, you know? So I'm like, here's how I did it. So this is project 1. This is like, you know, Dr. Anarchy has been, you know, day 1 with me building this thing. And I haven't made a lot of progress on this thing because I haven't had time. But yeah, there's some other features that I want to add. See, Nebula to do. Show profile pictures in on-screen chat. Yep. Use different colors for usernames. Yeah, may as well. Twitch emotes don't work. Yeah, that's correct. Create a generic framework for creating and designing OBS overlay browser sources. Wow! That saves your clip and posts it to your socials instantly. Sure can. Sure can. So, you know, for my own stream, I was building that separately as a separate CLI tool, right? But you can easily do that. So there's products like Opus Clip. So I've used that, but essentially what they're doing is they're taking the transcript of your content and they're doing some sort of magical stuff behind the scenes to actually clip it up. But they're getting all that context, chucking it into an LLM, then bringing out the clips and the timestamps, which then generate the, you know, when to chop it. Add it to Nebula. This will be a winner. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm definitely gonna add that to it. May as well add it to the thing. Ready? So we'll go generate clips from streams. Hella cool, gang. Gang. Yeah, so there's other things too, so like this generic framework for creating and designing OBS overlay browser sources. So because this is just HTML, you can store that locally, right? You can store that in a database somewhere. It doesn't have to be files. It can just be just a straight pass through of that data. But we can generate that, so you can generate basically anything you want on screen with prompting, right? So you can go like add a duck to the stream, and then a duck will show up. You know what I mean? Put a duck in the middle of the screen, or like add chat to the left. You know? Imagine that. And there's also chat manipulation too, which is pretty cool. Don't you worry. Ooh, that's beautiful.
Just a stranger, it's all to you. But I'm weak, fickle, all you knew.
Thanks, Dr. Anarchy.
In a hurry,
You know what I've been thinking about is I've watched your intros, and man, it's so exciting, eh? You like amp up people in your intro, and then it's like, you know, then you pop out, dun, 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 you know, like, yo, wagwan fam, like that's so cool. Whereas what I do is I just like go in raw, just go turn on camera, turn on this. Hey guys, I'm live now. No countdown, you know, nothing like that. Anyway, so that's project one. What's your stack? That's highly personal, Jill. That is such a personal question. Now here, look, I've written a perfect stack here. I'm just kidding. What the hell am I looking at, brother? Sup, Riri? Sup, Riri? Here's the perfect stack. I might have some. I might change actually. Nice. Yeah, so I don't have any of those like fancy animations and all that. Like I'm not a designer. But I would love to have that kind of thing, because like you can see what am I, you know? It's just me down the bottom here with some scrolly bits and like chat and then my screen. That's pretty much it. So I'm not that fancy out here, but also I am fancy at the same time because all of my stuff's integrated. You know, it's like in code I can do that. Yeah, so you can see all this, right? But it just depends. Most of it's been self-taught and on the job. Yeah, because I've been playing with code for a long time, right? Yeah, I can put you in touch with them. They use Blender and After Effects for animation. Nice. Yeah, cool. Full stack, nice. Yeah, man, full stack, full ass stack. Get JS out of the back end. Get JS out of here. You're like JS and back end? Absolutely freaking not. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Nice. We might have to talk, Dr. Anarchy. Hey, thanks for the follow, guys. I can see 8 followers. Also, I can see someone sent me a rose, and thanks, Calvin, for your heart me or whatever. I'm not really great at like accepting gifts. I'm not really a streamer like that, you know. Yeah, so here are my projects. Ready? Projects 2025. So are you ready? So there's Nebula Live. And so I have Rex. Are you following, guys? I have Rex, recipe app, iOS plus Android plus backend, and this one is Nebula Live. Is what is it called? It's desktop app, I guess, plus backend optionally, plus OBS integrations plus AI. So these 2 ones, right? Oh, actually, this is also web front end. And another project. Are you ready? GitQ, which is a primarily a web plus backend project. You have GitHub for the TikTok chat. I'm a streamer. No, I don't actually, D. This is all private code. You know, I don't. I mean, you can definitely have the. Are you a coder? So TikTok Live GitHub. If you're a programmer, you can take a look at this. Oh, not Python. Oh, it depends on what language you want. But there's TikTok Live connectors. This is the one that I'm using. TikTok Live connector. If you have a look at this, this is JavaScript, TypeScript, right? So if you want, take a look. This is what I'm using under the hood. But the way that I've set it up, I've done a lot more dev on it, right? Yeah. Can't I what? Sorry, Jill. Can't you use a library for the graphs? What graphs? Nice. Vibes immaculate. I love that for you and me. I'm loving that for you and me, D. D the creative, he says. D the creative. D the creative. Love it. Gotta go, my bro. Appreciate you and look forward to chatting. Yeah, man. We do need to chat. I wonder, there might be some other projects that I want to run by you later on. Because I'm starting this thing where I review code live on stream. Because I'm not sure if you've seen, but there's a lot of reviewing music live on stream, and a lot of people like loving to go to that. So I wonder if there's that kind of concept for your world. Whereas there's none on my side. There's nobody reviewing code live on stream, right? Which is what I'm starting with GitQ. And this is this project here, GitQ. Gitq.com. So I created this. Yeah, have a good night, Dr. Anarchy. So GitQ is essentially a queuing system. Doing schoolwork. Got you for this chat. Yeah, have to. Kakite ano. Doing schoolwork at 11:35. Lol. Bob's Billy, where are you at? Bobby. Oh, no. Yeah, graphics. Arch Linux, and if yes, did you use it? Yeah, I have heard of it, and I have used it, but not for like my day to day. Like I haven't never used it, like that. What do I mean? What was really well, I mean, because it's 11:35 for you, you're saying, I'm guessing. So try to learn how to use it. Any tips? Yeah, man, change your whole operating system to that. Install it and then like use that. Like just use it, right? Just start with overriding whatever operating system you're using now, and just in favor for that. Then you'll learn it. Like all of the things that you need to do, you're gonna have to research on how to do. Like you'll be forced into researching on how to do it. Hurt Jay, go for it, man. Can I ask a question? Yes, you surely can. Hey. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Go for it. And it depends on what your motivation is as well. Like, are you learning it so you can become a hacker, or you know what I mean? Can you hack someone using scripts? Like create malware? Yeah, of course, right? I mean, of course. So, Hurt Jay, I am a software developer, and I can definitely write malicious code, right? But Yeah, well, I don't have any interest in it. You know what I mean? Cybersecurity, yeah, I knew it. Cybersecurity reasons, cool, yeah. So I would install it somewhere. Do you know how to do it? Yes, I do. That's what I'm telling you. Yes, like a file download. So all of the moving parts, right, in cybersecurity, like like devs can do a lot of that, right? Do you have a Discord so I can ask more tips? Yeah, I do. Just go to tino.nz. Can you see my screen? Go to tino.nz/Discord. Hey. That's my redirect invite to Discord. Jump in there. And also, yeah, show some support, eh? Girl Hub. Girl Hub, nice. Would you dive deeper into DSA with Java? Use the summer to learn new languages? Huh? And to avoid getting flagged? Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about here, Jay. Can I create a Roblox game? Yeah, my little brother can do that too. That's a two-part question. Read both my comments. Eddie. As a student whose curriculum is Java focused, how would you branch out and grow as a software engineer? Would you dive deeper into DSA with Java? Use the summer to learn new languages? Yeah, so Eddie, I'm talking to you, Eddie. My primary advice when it comes to branching out and like kind of growing your skills is building something with the language that you're, with your language of choice, right? So if you're stuck in Java and like you don't like it, then I would suggest building something in language that you want to learn. For example, if you wanted to check out Rust or Golang, go and you know what I mean. Just go and build. Come up with the product that you want to build it, and the learnings that you'll get from that is crazy. Okay, it's like, yeah. I mean, I'm the type of person who can't really get a lot from someone teaching through a lecture, right? Like, I have to have hands-on, like, testing and experience with it. Backend and Spring Boot, trying to understand API endpoints. Oh yeah, that's a fundamental core fundamentally core development concept to grasp. So that's language agnostic though, right? API development is nothing to do with Spring Boot, although that is the framework that Java likes to push, or that's just the framework around that. I've heard Golang is good for making CNCs. Golang is just a great programming language anyway. There's nothing better than getting your hands dirty in a project. Absolutely, Jill. That's what I'm saying, right? Jill or Gil or whatever, however you pronounce your name. I think that's the way to actually get good, right? Because there's a hump you have to go over, right? Which is like, I'm writing code versus I'm writing good code that's actually making a product or making something useful for myself first, and then potentially for others. And that's where the open source community comes in. You start building, and then other people contribute to that your code, and that's a great way to learn too. Hurt J, so Hurt J, like I get what you're saying, but no. So think about what you're saying, okay? Because you're saying, look, I got the idea, and this is classic ideas first development. Okay? You're like, yo, I can see that you're a dev, right? And I know that you don't have a brain like mine. I've got the ideas, okay? All you need to do is script the thing. So, but what the conversation really is like, hey, I don't have these skills to develop what I'm thinking. So what I want to mask that in is, can you develop the thing, right? And because I've come up with the idea, we'll split it 50-50. So that sounds stupid. It's dumb. Yeah. You need to go away from that thinking. Hurt Jay? Step away from that thinking. Okay? Either pay for a developer's time, right? Or even convince a developer to become a sole partner, but do not lead with, hey, I'm going to give you an idea and that's all the contribution I'm going to give you. Go off and develop the thing and then just make sure I get my 50% cut for talking. You know what I mean? I've had many debates about this, right? And I get what you're saying. I get where you're coming from. But come on, my dude. Come on. Either learn how to script yourself, learn how to build yourself, or hire somebody. That's it. And you're like, oh, but I don't have the money to hire anyone. Cool. So then first go get a job, right? Save about 50 grand, then hire somebody. There we go. That's the story. You're like, oh, that's never going to happen. Oh, then it's never going to happen. Eddie, all good, Eddie. Thanks for the random question. You need ideas? No, absolutely not. What's the best way to learn alone? I currently think of what I want to build, try it myself, then ask AI to explain. Well, explain what, Eddie? AI can help a lot. It depends on what you think is helpful. It depends on what you think is helpful, right? So Ben is on the money here, right? Oh my God, good luck, Josh. Good luck, Josh. What do you use? Visual Code or any other program to code your stuff on? Right now I'm using Cursor. I'm like alright with it. I'm happy with it. Ah, I see. Yeah, I mean, you have to realize what these LLMs are, right? Oh, you mean Cursor? Yeah, Cursor. It's called Cursor. That's what I use. We'll go text editor. I use Cursor. Yeah, so just understand it, right? And if I'm completely lost, I will copy the code myself, take notes, and just continue to write that same code. So Eddie, it just depends, right? It depends on what your motivation is, and it depends on what your outcome will be. VS Code for life? Nice. I mean, technically I'm using VS Code. Spring Boot annotations, for example. Nice. Not really, Rowan. We can talk about that soon, but Eddie, okay, so it will depend, right? Because there's nothing wrong with vibe coding, right? The reason why people are like, oh my god, you're vibe coding, and like there's like a little bit of a stink there. It's because a lot of people are like, you shouldn't be you're vibe coder, you're an imposter, right? What are you? Yeah, but like, come on, like it's okay, like that's fine, right? Vibe coding is fine, but it all depends on what your motivation is and what your goal is. If you're thinking that, oh yeah, I'm gonna vibe code, but you're learning how to develop software, you're shooting yourself in the foot, okay? You're absolutely shooting yourself in the foot. If you let AI code for you and you don't even have the fundamentals, you're not learning, right? You're outsourcing that thought, that thinking, and that, the journey of learning how to code and how to, I guess, all of the nuances in the framework and software code that you're using, right? Maybe you child, you. If you're a terminal resist, you're gay. Oh, turns out I'm gay. Oh well. So Eddie, what I'm saying is, for me anyway, there's no moral guideline about vibe coding, but it's all up to you. You can't really do this, Eddie. Ready, Eddie? You can't really do this, okay? You can't go, I'm gonna vibe code, and while you're learning how to program, right? And you're like, I'm gonna vibe code all this, and I'm not even gonna think about it, because you're not learning anything at all, right? And so let's say you do 5 years of that, and sure, you'll accidentally learn a few things here and there. Some things will work, some things won't work, but as a whole, if you were to learn without AI, you will gain a lot more of the fundamentals quicker, I think. Right? But are you ready? But if you don't want to become a software developer yourself, and you just want to create products, like shitty products, like if you want to create shitty products, right? And you just want to regurgitate code, and you want to just pump out products after products, then go vibe code. That's fine, But if you want to build complex systems, right, from scratch, then I recommend that you learn programming, all the fundamentals to do with programming, language agnostic programming, so you don't even care about it. So basically 2 years of computer science. And then get good at a language, and then use AI to assist, right? Use AI to assist you on writing or typing code rather than developing code for you, right? For example, I use it sometimes for syntax reminders, because I understand what I need. I understand what bro's a Muslim programmer. What makes you think I'm a Muslim programmer? Crazy diversity. Crazy diversity hire. I see. This is a nice answer, fam. Yeah. So this is kind of what I believe, right? Because there's two lanes with your vibe coding and your real coding, right? One is you understand wholeheartedly on how to build the stuff. You know how to stand up infrastructure and build code, and what best practices are and why we do certain things, right? There's a history there. Yeah? So, and you can't get that with vibe coding, because all you're doing is you're plugging in prompts, which is just bad. It's just bad, right? Because you're giving vibes. This is where the whole concept of vibe coding comes through. You're giving it a vibe on what you want. You're not even asking what you want. You're just putting in a vibe. You're putting words in there, keywords, and you're hoping that it will translate and that it'll decipher what you mean from that. And let's say that it does, and a lot of the stuff seems like it is understanding because it's positive, right? It's going, great, absolutely, I'll do that, because a lot of these LLMs are set up like that to be assistants first, even if it's wrong. They go, of course we can do that. Here's the method to do that. And then you look in your code and like, that method doesn't exist. You're like, what the hell are you talking about? That method has never existed. What are you talking about? Like, oh yeah. And then they'll even correct themselves. Like, absolutely, you're right again. They're like, absolutely. Guess what, guy? You're right again. But you as the prompt engineer, you're making the mistake of thinking that you're actually talking to someone. You know what I mean? You're making the mistake that you think that you're talking to a thing, right? But you're not. So yeah, try and remember that, okay? Just because it's regurgitating English to you, and then it goes, sure, I'll do that. Yes, sir. Yes, sirree. Done. And a lot of it will work because it's, it's trained on a lot of GitHub repos, right? And you know what is on GitHub repos? Shit code. It's a crap ton of shit code out there, man. You want to come and teach a class, Ivan Mangry? Low budget. Low budget, have to give back to the community. What's the class? Programming, I assume. Or do you want me to teach them this? Yo, so today's lesson is the wave. So what you do, right? And then you do this one, right? Then you do that one. Lesson 1, ready? This is the finger waves. And this is the... They're like, sir, we asked you to come here to teach programming. That's not what we brought you in here for. Yeah, but I thought you meant low budget. I thought you said low budget. What are you talking about? Your coding logic, exposure, entry level. Oh yeah, fair enough. And that too. Yo, but isn't the... Oh, hold on. There was a question. Sorry, guys. So, like, every time I answer a question, right, I'm just, like, focusing and honing in on that one question, but I don't read anything else. What are the main... Let me talk to Rowan now. Rowan, finally unbanned. Rowan asked a question a while ago, which is, are you not ever worried about money? Are you not ever worried about money? And then I said no. And he's like, how though? What if your job gets taken away? Okay, to answer that, Rowan, right? You want to know the song? The song is actually scrolling by down below. You see that? There you go. Mustard by Jordan Ward. Yeah, so Rowan, I mean, obviously there are things, right? Like necessities that I need. You know what I mean? There's necessities that I need in life. Like internet, bills, stuff, right? But yeah, I'm in a pretty good position in my life where I have like savings that I can rely on. And also I come from a very poor family. So like I know what it's like to survive on not much. You know what I mean? And so I'm very stubborn as well. So like if I would sacrifice all my money to do what I want to do. You know what I mean? Like I prize that over money. You know what I mean? Do you get it? But in saying that, I happen to be in a field that I really love. Like I love software development. Look, I built this in my spare time. Guys, I'm not out here coding 100% for money. Although I do get paid to write code, right? But I'm building stuff out here for funsies. You know what I mean? So I can guarantee you that if I didn't have any money, I would still look to coding. You know? And I guess it's an unfortunate mistake that I happen to know how to do that. You know? Like where to go with it. What am I going to do? All I need is a computer. I need internet access. I need power. And all of that it's actually, I mean, I can do that on a minimum wage job. But that's wasted. That's like, for me, it's like a wasted part of my life because I already can make money using the skills that I have now, you know? So even if I was like doing something like in a different profession, right? Like let's say I was going to work at, I don't know, Burger King or something, right? For the love of the game. Absolutely. So let's say I was working at Burger King, right? The burgers won't make it out the door. That's for one. So I think what I mean by that is I could do that. Like if everything goes to shit, right? Like there will always be a way for me to make money somehow. You know? Like I'm not like I have to code this one specific area, and if that collapses, now what do I do? Now what? You know, like, oh my gosh, what do I want to do? And here's what I will do. This is why I'm not scared, right? One, I have savings to fall back on, right? So at the very least, I can survive for the rest of the year at my current bills state for the rest of the year, okay? So I'm chill. But also, I'm still making money, right? Yeah, Nick, you're onto it too. Yeah, problem solving. Yo, Eddie, problem solving is such a life hack, man. You can apply all of that if you just get good at taking a problem and going, how do I solve this thing? Like taking a step back, how am I going to solve this thing? Screw money, screw all of that nonsense, right? That's all nonsense to me. I don't care. I'm not going to sleep anymore. I'm going to solve this problem. You know? How do I do that? Let's have a think. We'll use React Native and Firebase. Oh, Rowan, does that answer your question if you're still here? If you're still with us? Na, na. Oh, what a banger of a song this is. Winston, are you still here? Hey Winston, if you're still here, hit me up and we'll talk about your thing, your gamertan thing. La, 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 la. Nice. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. Did anybody have another question, or should I sift through these comments again? Oh, Rowan had another question. But isn't the job of vibe coding IDEs to get better at converting vibes to working code? Well, not really. No. I mean, vibe coding will definitely produce working code, but that's not all that software development is, right? That's not what software development is. Just writing working code. That's not it. You know, you can write terrible code and it's working. Okay? That's the issue. There's no context of the greater understanding of what the product is, right? And you can give it as much context as you want, but having the experience of your career on how to solve things, as well as thinking to the future of where the product's going, right? Having the entire roadmap in context, you need that. Plus, you need the coding, right? The coding part. So yeah, regurgitating working code, vibe coding will do that for you easily, right? But like curated code developed for a specific project, even with the help of LLMs, that's a different story. For example, me using an LLM to write some code for me versus a novice who just started in software development, writing, using LLMs, a different story, right? Different story altogether. Will you use React Native and Firebase for the recipe app? Nope, I already have an existing API. I wrote it from scratch. Yeah, that's already deployed. So I already have a back-end system. Front end, probably not React Native. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the web front end, but I just read the native part of that statement. React Native, no, I already built the apps natively, and that's how I prefer it, really. I find explaining to my boss about future-proofing the product hard sometimes. Well, I mean, it doesn't really need to be a discussion, right? It just needs to be part of your development. Like, it just needs to be part of your software development practice, right? You just build kind of like, you don't have to plan too far ahead in the future. You satisfy the requirements and have it open for extension. That's pretty much it. That's usually all the future proofing that you need. Is it extensible? Is it reusable? And is it easy to read, right? Is it easy to maintain? Things like that. Nick, I'm never wiring a unit test manually again. You mean writing? Yeah, exactly. See, exactly, there's no point. I mean, especially if you already know how to unit test, right? Like, I would never give that advice to someone who's learning how to test. I mean, they can write the story, and it's not that hard to like grasp what unit testing is. So maybe that particular subject can get a pass, but yeah, I would opt in for junior devs or beginner developers, or even just students, right, to write unit tests themselves, right? But yeah, as someone who's like, I'm writing code for product development purposes, yeah, there's no point in trying to learn that again, you know? I've already passed that. Rowan, couldn't future LLMs get better at system design and structuring things to scale and optimize? I mean, definitely can get better, but that's kind of not the point, right? I mean, the actual issue is going from I know nothing to I'm gonna create a product now. That's the main issue. And so if it's gonna get easier to bridge that relationship, to bring that relationship closer to actually working products, right? Right now you can vibe code enough to get you a website up and running with Superbase in the back end, and it's a Next.js app. You can do that, but like, how good is that code? Is that maintainable? What does that look like? They don't have any context. People who start out in the stuff in their prompt first development, right? They don't know what they're writing, right? So you're kind of, we're like secure in our jobs now, right? Because in the future we're gonna be like, wow, cool. Like, I'm gonna have to maintain all of these shit systems now. Like, imagine that. If you go on to find a job, right, and they're like, hey, we need a software developer. So here's the project, right? This project was vibe coded 10 years ago. This project was vibe coded 5 years ago, and we need to update it now. And me as a developer, I'm like, yeah, complete rewrite. Screw that. Or what am I going to do? Yeah, add more vibe coding on top of it to unvibe the shit out of it. My boss questions my decisions sometimes because he doesn't see it. So code ain't writing itself. Love the streams, keep going. Thanks, Kevin. You might not be here anymore, but yeah, thanks for your contribution to the discussion. I think my boss questions my decisions sometimes. He doesn't see it. I mean, your boss should question your decisions. That's kind of should be their jobs, right? That's their job, so that's fine. Obviously, if that's like an interpersonal kind of deal there, you know, like if you're going, oh yeah, I think we should develop this because here's the architecture that I'm planning because you know, this is like a well maintained, what is it? It's a maintainable architecture, right? And this is how I'm going to do it. And if they're not a developer, your boss, if they're not a developer and they're like, nah, I don't like that. Just because it's like an opinion, like I don't like that. It's not going to be good. But there's a thing. If they're your boss, but they're also like a senior software developer, there's a different story. But if they're not, and they're just like they management, and they're like, yeah, it doesn't sound good. Just be like, hey, I'm the software developer here. Stay in your lane, eh? Yeah, that's an interpersonal one. CHR. Rowan, I have a feeling of avoiding the grunt work, learning fundamentals due to the fear of wasting time. See, I hate that sentiment. I hate that sentiment. Rowan, man. Okay, let me tell you why I hate that sentiment. The fact that you're like, oh, I don't want to learn this stuff because I'll be wasting my time. What do you mean wasting your time? What are you talking about? How are you wasting your time? Like, what else could you be learning in place of that time? Tell me. What are you learning? Like, what have you wasted there? So now you know a lot of the fundamentals, right? Let's say that your what is it? Your prediction of the future, right? Your prediction of the future is correct. Let's say it is that, right? Far-fetched, but let's say it is, right? And let's say that you learned the fundamentals of coding. What is that, right? What is that? What that really is, right, is an architecture and direction of logic. Think about it like that. Time complexities. Yeah, so coding, right, and learning all these fundamentals, and the fundamentals I'm talking about is basics of computer science, being able to create code and write logic, right? Understanding logic gates, right? And then creating if statements and loops and that. So these are the fundamentals. These things aren't specific to programming. Okay? These are just thoughts. These are just like, what is it? These are just tiny capabilities, right? And it's like dressed up and wrapped in syntax, right? But it can be applied in most areas of thinking, of thought, right? On logic, you'd be like, oh yeah, but if this is a thing, then you can do this. And then it's like, now you're just problem solving, right? Which is what you'll be doing even if you're a vibe coder. You're like, yeah, but if we want that user to log in, and you want them to see that, if you do that, you're just saying it in a different way, right? So have you really wasted any time learning how to put together that logic? And on top of that, right, if you're like, oh yeah, but I need to learn these tools, I need to learn these new vibe coding tools. If you think about vibe coding, if we're saying that you're going from you don't know anything about code to you creating a product, and you're saying you're afraid of if they bring that closer to each other, I'm going to be left behind, or it'll be a waste of time. No, it's not, because now it's going to be easier for you to create products anyway, right? So either way, you're not cooked. You will still be able to build, right? Whether it's in plain English because your future came to pass, amen. Right? It's either you're right and software devs are cooked, whereas now everybody who speaks English actually doesn't even have to be English. Anybody who speaks or who writes, right, can build products. Then what have you done? You can still build. And if you're really afraid of that, which by the way, as a programmer, I will be able to work in this industry until the day I die, which is about maybe a year from now. Yeah, so I think I understand what you're saying, and you're like fearful of wasting your time, but like, what else will you be doing? What else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna? Are you saying that that's stopping you from I don't know, learning how to build a house? Like, what other things are you wanting to do? Okay, I've said a lot of words. Let's have a look. Not new to programming, have an idea for mobile app. I was thinking Flutter, Fast API, Celery, Redis. Thoughts? NOS Live. So you're thinking that's your little stack going on there. You got some Flutter action, you got Fast API, Celery, Redis for caching. Yeah, it's all good. Go for it. Go for it, man. Looks alright. If you can get it building, if you can get it working, right? Then yeah, go for it. Stacks to me aren't really important. Do you have enough knowledge using that stack to build? I have an unrealistic gut feeling of, damn, I wasted time learning all of this for what? To get replaced? No, what do you mean? No.
So when I call you when you out with your niggas and you don't answer the phone and I start popping up, then I'm gonna be the crazy one, right? Matter of fact, nah, it's about to be summertime.
No. Josh, do you know the cost and time complexity of searching parallel algorithm? Yeah, I mean, I forgot a lot of that stuff, eh? I mean, I did remember, I did do all this in school, but yeah, don't really focus on it anymore. I'm new to app development though. Nos, all good. Start now. Could be learning time. Oh yeah, true. My app will rely on back-end long-running tasks, web scraping tasks. White Bull, if you're still in here, I'll answer your question. Your question you asked, how do you keep on top of new languages and technologies? What's the expectation for a coder? Yeah, white ball. So it just depends on what type of person you are, really. If you're a coder, I don't think you need to know every single language. Yeah, so it just depends. It depends on what type of person you are, I reckon. Because there are people out there who love development that much, where they learn every language, or they learn everything, and they, that's what they want to do for themselves. That's cool. But for me personally, I'm mostly a product developer, right? And I don't necessarily need to know every language in order to develop products. like back-end systems and front-end systems. I don't need to know a lot of like every language, right? Perfect answer, Nick. That's exactly right. And hear us. Just code what you want to code. Basically. Yeah, true, eh? Do you know how to use Cisco? Not, I mean, it's been a hot while, man, since I've interacted with a Cisco switch or router. Yeah, it's not my, it's not my not my day-to-day job, you know. Thanks for the follow, guys. Anyway, so you know this these are the projects I'm working on. Nebula Live, which is the live stream software. Recipe app, which is here. You guys may as well have a look at it. If you have an Android device, go and download it. And tell your family and friends, yeah? Everyone here should tell their family and friends about this recipe app. It allows you to take TikTok videos and any content on the internet. Yeah, there's also some scraping technology in here too. But yeah, that's the main project I'm working on at the moment, Rex. It's pretty cool though. iOS and web when? So iOS is in the works. It's currently at a state like maybe 90% complete. Nebula Live one, that piqued my interest. Do I have a prototype? Not publicly available. Are you using agents? For what? No, I'm not using any agents. You be doing anything in Rust? No, I don't use Rust. Is your code in public repos? No, they're all private. I'm working on a diet meal planning app right now. Awesome. Awesome. Is your code in public repos? No. Most of my code is private. I'll show you guys next week. I go live every Thursdays. Yeah. Yeah, man. Highly recommend queuing. Using some messaging system. Got an app to scrape code for videos. Yeah, that's what this is. Oh, do you mean scrape code from videos? Like, this doesn't do code, but it's scraping. What is GitQ then? GitQ is another project that I'm working on, which is pretty interesting. So the concept is, okay, let me pause the music for this, okay? So the concept is you have chat here, right? And chat, actually let me bring this in. Okay, so basically you have chat in so it's basically live code reviews, right? So chat submits it's a passes a submission to me as someone who has been coding for a while, and I review your code live on stream, right? So obviously it has to be public. So if you have any public code, then you submit it through, and the product that I'm building is mostly for streamers. It's like that whole relationship where you have a streamer and chat relationship, right? So for example, how long have I been coding? For 13 years now. Yeah, coming up to 13 years. Professionally coding for 13 years. Damn, that's crazy. That's way too long. Nah. Anyway, so I built this in like a night or maybe two. Um, nah, no, 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 no. So it's kind of like a movement really. So it's like GitQ isn't there's no moat with GitQ, right? You don't even have to use GitQ, but the whole thing is that you submit. Well, I'm talking about chat, right? So chat submits um, GitHub repos or any Git repo or any type of source controlled repository that's public. You submit that to a live streamer, for example, me, who is also a software developer, and you get them to review your code, right? And so that's the whole concept. And so I as the streamer, can review the code, but there's also tiers, right? So for example, if you want to skip the queue, like the last time I did this, there were like I think 50 submissions. Wait, a few more, maybe a few less, right, than that. So there were submissions who were all in the community line, and then there were people who were like that, like, oh, I wanna submit my code, but I want you to review it before everyone else's. Then they go, oh yeah, now using GitQ, the chat can pay to submit their code ahead of other people, right? So there's like a unique relationship there, and that's what I want to spark up with the development community. So I have like 5 streamers that I'm talking to at the moment. Um, just a second. Let's mute this for a second. How do you mute myself? I just need to blow my nose. Do 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 do. OBS. OBS. There you go. Unmute. Unmute. There we go. Um. Yeah. So. Yeah. No. I was muted. I was blowing my nose. Didn't want to have to subject you guys to that. So that's the concept, right? Is you go. The chat will go. Here's a repo I want you to review. I, as the streamer, review it, and then the streamer gets paid based on chat submissions, right? So they submit a paid version, which would skip the queue. So that's essentially the concept. It is more like a movement rather than a product, right? GitQ just happens to be the thing that I chose to build to showcase this concept. And I've implemented payments using Stripe in it. Took me like a day to build, right? Um, and this is live now, actually. So you can actually go and join the queue now. It only submits it to me though. Because yeah, I haven't yet built the Oh, actually, oh no, I've turned it off. That's right, I turned it off. So I didn't need it running. Um, but yeah, that's what GitQ is. It's such a niche as hell thing. Um, but yeah. Rent? You mean rest? It depends on the project. With yeah, depends on the project. With GitQ, I'm using Superbase because the idea was to be as quick as possible because it's like a proof of concept. Um, but if I was to build it out as a real product, I would I have a project structure that it's like I've already set up that I'll probably use. Um, yeah. Anyway, I think I'm gonna. It's almost been 2 hours now. I'll think I'm gonna hop off in 3 minutes. We'll call it there, eh? I have a. We'll have until 11:30 my time. What do you use to keep your libs up to date? My eyes. I just use my eyes. I know it's not sexy, eh? But that's just the reality of it. I mean, I keep up to date with I just know certain things, like for example the Android ecosystem. Yeah, I usually just do that. But yeah, also depends on the project. But yeah, any questions before I leave? May as well open the floor up. I'm checking my Rex app subscriptions. Nobody signed up. Nah, I don't use that. How much do you rely on Git? I use Git quite often. I commit everything. I commit every piece, like little piece by piece, right? Sometimes it's like a crazy commit, but like it depends on like how involved the piece of work is. But usually I try and have it like shippable things, shippable changes, right? In that one commit, and go, this is that, this is that, this is that, all in one feature branch, and then eventually, merge that back in to main. Do you use the AI tools in Cursor? Yep, sometimes. Have a good one, lad. You have a good one too, Josh. Talk to you next time. Um, I go live every Thursdays. Tonight's is like it's been like a chill stream, right? There's nothing much eventful, right? This is more like having a discussion about code. But sometimes we go crazy and we like build something on the fly, or sometimes we screw around with my lights, or sometimes we do live code reviews. So I think next week we'll try live code reviews again. What age did I start coding? 14. So you're not scared of the potential security risks of what? Oh, with AI and like feeding it my code. No, not really. Nah. Oh, nice. Nice, Nick. Are you in New Zealand or where are you from? Melbourne, nice. That's why you're a little bit in the past from me. It's 11:31 here. Um, love these streams, man. Yeah, thanks for that. Hopefully you can, yeah, tune in every Thursdays. Next week I will try and do some more. I will do some live code reviews, right? And we'll try and be official about it. I wanted to build more features in GitQ, um, and like kind of turn it into not a prototype. But yeah, just haven't had time. But we'll see. It'd be cool to make money from it too, because imagine that. Imagine making money from it. That'd be fun. And if there are other programming streamers who are interested in making money from it, because like there's some talented software developers out there that have the the brain power to review code right publicly. So, and I think the thing that I have that is kind of natural to me, that comes natural to me, is banter and like roasting. So like when I see some code that I don't like, I'm like roasting it, but in a fun way, in a fun way for the viewers. Yes, yeah, yeah, that's on the roadmap, Nick. Um, to review private repos. I haven't ironed out because like that'll have to be offline, right? So I haven't ironed out exactly how that would. We're basically just doing some consultancy, right? That's just consulting. So maybe that's just what it is. You can submit it privately, and which will be at a certain rate, and I guess that can be stipulated by the streamer, right, and the programmer. If they want me to review their code privately, then this is what it's gonna cost, right? Because that is a service in itself. Doing it publicly is just entertainment as well. Could be good to also go over better ways to write code during reviews. Yeah, definitely. That's kind of what I would do. Um, but it depends on the tier. So if someone submits their code like in the community line, right, and they didn't have to pay for it, so it's completely free. Like there's like a way that I review it, like that's not so in depth, right? Like that doesn't cover pretty much everything. Like I don't comb it, with a fine tooth comb, because there's no real point going through it like that, right? But there is some benefit to, and some to actually getting that live stream, sorry, that live review in front of your face in real time. Now, as in private repos being streamed live, authenticating with GitHub. Oh no, yeah, definitely. Yeah, 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 yeah. So that is also on the roadmap. That's a easier one though. Like I can do that for next week. But yeah, I was talking about like private repos that people don't want to show during the lives. Um, but yeah, that's just an authentication problem. Um, but yeah, I think that'll be interesting. Keen to learn because code works, but it might not be as efficient or something I haven't considered. Ah, yep, nice. Yeah, so that's the other benefit to it, right? Is like not only is it providing entertainment for the stream, but the people who are submitting it, they actually get value from a professional software developer reviewing their code for real, because you can't really get the service somewhere. I mean, you can ask AI, I guess. You can go, hey AI, give me a code review, and pretend to be this developer from. But like, and it'll give you some pointers, I guess. But it's always nice to have a real person, right? To have a real conversation live. It's live, right? To have a real conversation with someone who is real, and like you can actually have a back and forth with, rather than like vibe reviewing. You know, because don't you feel that? Don't you feel it's a bit dead? If you were to do that, don't you feel it's dead? How was your journey into software development? Did you do an internship in uni or just apply with some projects you are yeah, on your resume? Um, so how I got so I got some contacts through my university. Um, so I've been coding since I was 14, and by the time I went to uni, um, it was quite apparent what level I was at that time. Right, that I had like a few years under my belt before I even started uni. And then when I hit the end of uni, I was building like decent code, like decent projects, and I guess the way that I articulated around that, like, kind of got people in the university talking, right? And so they're like, this guy needs to get a job in software development, And so yeah, when it came to my final year presentation of the project that I was working on, they yeah, someone contacted me, which was a service based company that yeah, they were a Microsoft house, so it was a C sharp um MVC 5 entity framework kind of project, which is pretty cool. Um, keen to stream bug fixing on bigger libraries? Um, I mean that is pretty decent content. Not sure if I'm quite interested in. I mean, because it's such a what is it? It's it's for a specific audience, you know, watching people code, like watching people code live. It's for a particular type of person. So, but with me reviewing code, it's kind of like a lot of people can go, oh look, he's talking about the code, and that's cool. But then if I'm like bug fixing, is more silence. And also, I've tried coding live on here, and it's alright. But like I always, it's like so someone's watching me while I'm coding, and I'm fine with that. But when I'm coding, I'm like I can't pay attention to what I'm writing when there's like 900 questions being asked, you know? So I have to stop, look, and then answer, and then go back to it, and I'm like, where the hell was I again? You know, so like the context switch is crazy. So yeah, I think it would be cool to do that, but yeah, I think I would just rather focus on talking and like answering questions and that. It's kind of what this stream's about. And then maybe randomly doing some coding, because like I'll have more free time soon, so I'll probably go live more often to like kind of like build up my own brand, and like build up my own coding practice, and kind of get people knowing what I do for a living, and then kind of get. I mean, I will probably naturally get work out of it. Like I've already got like a lot of DMs, asking me to jump on projects with them, but I've just always turned them down because I've never needed it, and I still don't really need it now. But yeah. Yeah, it is, Nick. That is such a underrated skill. Um, yeah, totally. I mean, I can talk like about what I'm writing, but like my only issue is answering questions. Like the distraction of the chat versus me actually writing code is just unreal. I thought Cursor was an AI tool. Yeah, it is. Well, yeah, there's an AI like extension to the VS Code fork. Anyway, thanks for joining. I'm gonna end it there. I'm 10 minutes over my time. My time, but Matua Pingu just arrived as soon as I'm leaving. See ya later. It's time for us to end. See, how was that a text editor then? Oh, because can you see this, right? Can you see this? So this is text, right? And so when I look, this is editing that text, right? So that's where the text editor part comes in. Did we clear that up? That's how it's a text editor? Do you think VS Code is a text editor? If you do, then you think Cursor is a text editor too. And if you think VS Code is a text editor, and does it stop becoming a text editor when you add in a Claude plugin? Huh? A ChatGPT plugin? An extension that has AI in it? Does it stop becoming a text editor then? We're becoming philosophical. The answer is no, it doesn't change. It's still a text editor. It's a text editor with more bells and whistles. Yeah? What do you think? What do you think about my thoughts? What do you think of my thoughts? Anyway. Nice. You shared the live as soon as I'm gapping it. I can't take you anywhere, Matua Pingu. And my sister joins just as I'm about to leave as well. Kakite wagwan my G. Hi, sister. So that's my sister in the chat. And I'm about to leave. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm leaving because I sensed that you were going to join my stream. So then I was like, I need to leave right now. I need to leave. Oh, man, for real. On God. Wagwan. Hey, guys. Before I leave, right, just know that I'm trying to crack it with my app, my Rex app. So if you'd be a dear and download my Rex app, Heaven, don't worry, iOS is coming soon. I know I said that it's coming soon like weeks and weeks ago, but yeah, I've been a bit busy. Inohora, I'm leaving. Where do we download it? So you just go to Get Rex. Oh nah, not a good app. Be your own family, guys. Let's go to getrex.co.nz. You can just search for Rex recipe app in Google Play. I've released it for Android for now. I have an iOS app release pending. I just need to sort out some stuff with it though. Oh no, you got Apple phone. Oh, you're gonna have to wait for the iOS and the web version, because I'm building the web front end for it too. So yeah, just need to pump that out. But that should be available. I have some time this weekend, so well, I don't have a lot of time, but I have some time on Sunday maybe. So hopefully I can get it most of the way there. If not, oh well, we'll push it out to the next one. Anyway, thank you for joining, Kakite. I'm going to jump off now. If you want your code reviewed next week, tune in on Thursday at around 8 p.m. And I'll do some live code reviews. But yeah, awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Heaven, I'll talk to you after this. Discordy. Anyway, see ya, guys. Kakite, gonna shut the stream off now. Bye. Hello. Neiman, read the room, Neiman. Read the room. Can you hear what I'm saying? I'm hovering over the end live button right now, and there's a hello. Bye, guys. See you later. Meanwhile, Neiman, hello. Meanwhile, Neiman's like, oh, hey. Anyway, you know what? You're gonna follow for that. I'm gonna follow you. Nimanja. I followed you. Oh, you've requested to follow a private account. We get it. You're private and mysterious. Okay. Catch you up. So bye everyone, and bye everyone else, and hello to Nimanja86. Hello. Anyway, kakits. Ofatu. Later. Bye bye. That's crazy.